Joining us now is Lucy Rosen. Hey, Luce, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you doing?
Good. So you're living in South Carolina these days, near beautiful water and marshy land, and I've been able to visit you to see all the wildlife that you've been able to capture through your lens. What started your love affair with this type of photography?
Good question. I wandered into an art gallery in downtown, Old Town Bluffton, and saw a photograph hanging on the wall of a beautiful pink bird. And I gasped and I stood there and I said out loud, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And the artist who took the photograph happened to be in the gallery at that time. And she turned around and she said, "That's a roseate spoonbill." And I said, "I've never heard of that. It looks like a flamingo, but it's prettier. Where do I find one?" And she said, "Good luck. You need to look." And so I spent 6 months looking for one here, and then went to Florida and found bunches of them. And that was that. I was hooked.
And you're
I was
hooked.
hooked.
And I was laughing and I said, birds of a feather flock together. I am a fan of your work. I've been able to follow you and your path. And what I find extraordinary is the humanity that you bring forth in the birds. Does that make sense to you? Like the touchingness, like the communication. Sometimes you've got like a mother bird, if you've got love birds, and you've studied them, you research them. You find out like what their habits are, and then you capture that, and then you share it with the world. That's what's so cool. It's not like you're just like shooting, oh yeah, that's a cute bird and that's a cute bird, but sometimes you're patient. Like you just stay waiting until the bird reveals themselves. You
Lots of
become
patience,
friends with them.
lots of sitting, lots of waiting, lots of watching, um, and lots of learning because all different kinds of birds have all different kinds of bird behavior. I mean, if a bird poops, pretty soon they're going to fly. So that's one that's across the board. But some birds will stretch. They'll stretch their wings. They'll stretch their legs. They'll puff up. They'll shake. They'll do all sorts of different bird behaviors, and then they'll take off, or they'll settle down, or they'll turn, or they'll move. And knowing those kind of signs makes it even that much more fun. So it's
Do
fun.
you
I like
see
it.
do you see certain birds like welcoming you again? Like do you get a chance to say, "Wow, I recognize that particular bird and they must recognize me." Do you see like when they
I
come
do, but
back?
I do, but I think I'm crazy.
No,
I
you're not
don't think that
crazy.
that's real. I'm not sure. I don't think that that's real. I like to pretend that, Polly the pelican knows who I am, or that Edgar the egret, knows who I am. But I have a feeling that the only ones who really know who I am are the crows that I feed in my backyard. And I've been able to get very close to a couple of the pigeons, but I have a feeling that they probably only associate me with food. But no, birds in the wild really, photographers or bird people that are out there looking at birds and they're like, oh, he must be thinking that he's going to dive for a fish. Birds don't give off those kind of thoughts. We like to associate them, or people that kind of do that with their animals of, oh, my dog must think this. They don't think that way. That's not the behavior of animals. I've tried to stop doing that because I really sound stupid when I'm out there going, "Oh, look, Edgar the egret really wants me to take his picture." He really doesn't. He's not interested. He could care less.
But you've but you've but well, no, it's great. And one fine, beautiful thing is that you have been having a lot of accolades. You had the cover of a local magazine. I think it was cover of the year or something, Lucy. You know, you're humble. You're a humble photographer. You've shown in galleries, and people have your prints. And I'm lucky enough to actually have a piece of merchandise that has your photography on it that I cherish. I like what I like about you is just your quiet humbleness. Like you don't go around bragging about you being like one of the greatest wildlife photographers, but you are. And I just wanted to kind of shine a light on you. And I've invited you like maybe for the last 6 or 7 years, and you finally said yes to me. So I thank you for that. I thank you for letting me celebrate you and celebrate the joy that you're bringing people through your lens.
Thank you,
It's
Donna. I
it's
appreciate it.
Man, it's extraordinary. How often do you like put your mucky boots on and like actually go out into the swampland and take pictures?
As much as I possibly can. You know what? I have to take at least a handful of photos a day. It's almost like oh, maybe what some people get up and do breathing exercises or yoga or meditation. It's the way that I can start my day or if I can end my day because it brings me so much joy. And it doesn't even really matter what I photograph. I've got all sorts of things going on in my backyard. And even if I'm out there for, 10 minutes with the robins or with the blue jay, that's good enough for me. But boots on and in the water, oh, probably every week, at least once. Weekend warrior.
And you have a nice big trip coming up too. Can you tell us about the journey that you're about to embark on?
Costa Rica, 9 days Costa Rica, all over Costa Rica, looking for very elusive birds. I have some what are called lifers on my list of birds that I really want to find. Going with a really well-known nature photographer who is extraordinary at capturing these birds, and so I'm looking forward to learning from her. And she's got some great sites set up for us to actually go into people's private homes that have built bird sanctuaries or in their backyard or in their in their environment to attract the birds. And so we're going to get to go to some really special places.
Well, have a glorious time. I can't wait to see what you bring us, through your lens. Your eye is extraordinary. Your talent is just so graceful. And I thank you, Lucy, for being here with me today. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome. Take care. Be well.